Perfect. So hi Jenna. Thank you so much for coming down. How were your travels today?
Not too bad. It was, yeah.
You drive over or you took the public transport?
I drove. Yeah, I drove. I was able to find a babysitter for my child.
Yep.
So I could make time to come over today.
You know, we appreciate you coming down. Thank you so much. I know it's a bit out of the way. Bentley's a bit out of the way. The traffic's hell.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you guys, you making the time to come down here and have a chat with us, hey?
Yeah.
All right. So, have you been to a service like this before?
No, I haven't. This is my first time.
All right, no worries. So I'll just explain how it goes here, usually. So obviously everything you see in this room stays private and confidential, stays within these walls.
Yeah.
And there are only three circumstances where I need to disclose information.
Yeah.
So first circumstance would be in regards to safety. So if your safety is at risk, my safety is at risk, maybe your kid's safety is at risk.
Yeah.
That's one of the only times I might need to ask someone externally for support to
Yeah.
help us through that situation. Second instance would be a court subpoena. It's really rare that it happens, but sometimes it does. So the court would ask for maybe case notes for them to review. In that case, I would have to disclose information then and there.
Yeah.
And lastly would be, wow, I always forget the third one. Yes, it would be the informed consent form.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're coming down here obviously to share issues and find support within that.
Yeah.
Sometimes in a case where I'm not able to provide you with that support, I will need to refer your case to someone externally, and with that I would need your informed consent, and that's the last circumstance where I need to share personal information,
Yeah.
just so that when I refer you to someone, they also know the gist of what's going on. You don't need to repeat yourself
Yeah.
to them and, you know, re-traumatize yourself and all of that. You know, just
Yeah.
skip the trouble and get you the help you need then and there. Yeah, you're all good with that?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, cool. And the next thing we'll discuss is work role boundaries. So I will be your case manager for the next 8 weeks, working through and supporting you with what you need. So the boundaries would be, you know, for example, I said informed consent, referring you to someone else outside. So let's say you come in and you've got a neck pain.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be within my role boundaries to be referring you, like to be giving you medicine or giving you medical advice.
Yeah.
In that case, I would have to refer you to a doctor.
Yeah.
Right, so that's one of the examples of what a work role boundary is. And your responsibility in that would be to, you know, try and be as honest as you can about your situation so that I can get you the accurate help that you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're not like running around in circles, you know? I
Yeah.
really would appreciate that if you could do that.
Yeah.
That's okay with you?
Yeah, no, that sounds good.
Alright, so let's get down to it. What can I help you with today?
So basically I've just been dealing with a lot of stressful issues.
Yep.
I just feel like I have a lot going on from the time my sister passed away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just been a really hard time dealing with the grief because she was my support system. She really helped me with the kids. You know, she was there for me, and I've got, you know, 2 kids.
Yep.
I've got a toddler and then I have a 2-month-old baby.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just been a lot for me, and I just feel like I don't have a support system at the moment, and emotionally and mentally I just don't know where I'm at because even Matthew isn't as supportive as he
And Matthew's your
was.
partner, hey?
Yeah, Matthew's my partner, he's my husband, he's not supportive, and I feel like every time I, you know, try to talk to him or like, you know, want to get some sort of empathy, he just kind of makes me feel like I'm overreacting, and in another instance he's told me to get over it, and it's just been a very difficult, hard time for me.
Give me that, sir.
Hard time for me at the moment, and yeah, it's just been a very stressful time for me, and yeah, I'm just lost and I don't know what to do or where to go. Yeah.
No, but I mean, the circumstances that you've just told me, that's super difficult. I mean, first of all, dealing with 2 kids under the age of what, 4?
Yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah.
And doing that all on your own. Plus you mentioned that, you know, the only support system you had was your sister, and having her pass away, that's a massive loss, and that I'm not sure how you're going through it, and that's amazing that you're still hanging on and still being there for your kids despite going through such a loss.
Yeah.
And you mentioned relationship issues as well with Matt, and that's I can't even imagine what you're going through, and I'm so sorry that you are.
Yeah.
And we're gonna try our best to support you in the ways that you need.
Yeah.
How have you been coping so far with all of this going on?
I think it's just been really hard for me because emotionally I can't cope. Like it's all emotionally and mentally stressful.
Yep.
I've just been very withdrawn.
Yeah.
Like from everything. I'm just finding it difficult to find a balance I'm
And
just struggling.
you mentioned like stress and your mental health, it's deteriorating, is it?
Yeah.
All right. Was there any some people after they've given birth they go through postnatal depression? Is that something that has happened to you, or?
I think definitely it is something that I'm like experiencing
Yep.
and going through because I just feel so detached from my baby. Like I really love my baby. Like I want to be there for my baby
Yep.
and give them the love that they need. But I just feel like in this moment there's just so much going on for me, and I have this child that somehow needs so much, but I have nothing to give, and
Yeah.
it's just I can't. I just mentally and emotionally it's just a lot for me. I just can't. I
No,
just
yeah.
feel
And that's completely valid. I mean, technically speaking, new parents, parents like who work together to raise kids as well,
yeah
they find it difficult. So you being alone, raising these two practically still babies
Yeah.
on your own, once you've put the baby to sleep, the other one starts crying, and then this one starts crying.
Yeah.
It's chaotic, and plus you've not found the time for self-care, I assume.
yeah.
Plus dealing with the grief, and that's super important to take care of yourself first.
Yeah.
But it's hard because in your situation you can't really take care of yourself first because you've got two babies who need you.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just been so hard.
Yeah.
And like even time for myself, like I don't have time for myself.
Yeah.
And it's just been really stressful, my mental health. And I think the biggest thing as well is definitely grieving my sister.
Yeah.
Because she was everything to me. She was my support system. She made it easy for me, but it's just been really hard without her.
No,
Yeah.
I bet. So with obviously sensing a lot of areas of need
Yeah.
right now, but I don't want to be here telling you what you need.
Yeah.
Our approach is a bit more empowering, a bit more leading. So I want you to let me know, is there anything specific that you came down here today that you need?
I think it's really hard to like pick.
Yeah.
But I think it would be like more. I just need help with my baby. I feel like if I got help with my baby, it would somehow give me time to also like face and like deal with other areas of my life.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if I had the assistance, I can take care of myself, my mental health, and also somehow maybe build and fix my relationship with Matthew.
Yeah.
So I think just having help with the baby is the biggest thing because I really feel like no one understands me the way my sister did. So
Yep.
yeah.
Just want to commend you on one thing. A lot of people, they come in with problems, they don't know where they don't know what they need or where to start. But
Yeah.
with you, you're same as you've got that idea of identifying your areas of need,
Yeah.
and even being able to identify your barriers. So what would stop you from getting help or going for counseling sessions or helping your mental health, and that's the baby.
Yeah.
And for you assess the whole situation. You went, you know what, these are needs, but this is my priority right now, taking care of that baby so that I can attend these needs.
Oh, yeah,
And
definitely.
that's rare to find, and I just want to commend you on that. That's amazing that you were able to distinguish your barriers as well as your issues.
Yeah.
So since you said you want to prioritize someone to take care of the baby while you deal with the issues that you have on hand and sort of practice self-care, we're going to prioritize that first.
Yeah.
So we are in contact with a few services that help mothers take care of their babies. It's called a doula service.
Yeah.
So what happens is someone comes over to the house, cares for the baby, does the household chores like bathing the baby, preparing meals for the baby, chores that just involve the kid, so that the mom can get some rest. So that's definitely something I can refer you to, and try to what's your ideal plan? Like, how often would you rather this doula come over to your home to help you out?
I think as much as possible. Maybe
Every
like
day.
maybe like 3 times a week.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
if we could just start off with like every day, and then we could just reduce it to just 3 times a week or less, just so I can,
Yep, definitely. So
get the step.
I'll refer you to that service.
Yeah.
So that's taken care of. And you mentioned that you wanted help with your mental health. What I can do is we are in contact with a few services, but I do know one that I see fit for you. It's called Luma. Have you heard of Luma?
Yes.
Yeah?
I'm not really.
Yeah, there and there.
Yeah.
So Luma is basically an organization that was built by women, and it's for women
Yeah.
to create a safe space for you guys to express yourselves.
Yeah.
And they deal with mental health, they deal with sometimes domestic family violence, issues around that. We've worked with them a bunch of times, they're super great. And from what I know, they also offer relationship counseling if that's something that you are open to. How do you feel about relationship counseling for you and Matt?
I think it's something good.
Alright, is there any barriers there? Like, would he not want to come? Maybe his schedule's full?
I think he's very busy, but I think if it's something that's actually helping us build our relationship and for our baby and stuff, then yeah.
Alright, definitely. So we'll take note of that. Might refer you to that service as well. And again, if there are any issues, if Matt doesn't want to come down or whatever, just bring him down the next session. Happy to talk to him, happy to show him areas of need and sort of explain to him and break it down to him what's needed of him and why it's important for him to attend it as well. Yeah. And you also mentioned the unfortunate loss of your sister, and I want to prioritize you dealing with that, being able to deal with that grief, away from the stress with the baby, away from your relationship issues with your husband. I just want you to sort of single out that issue and deal with it on your own. So how would you feel if we looked for someone with regards to grief support and counseling?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So it's a safe space for you to deal with the grief. It's hard. I'm not sure, but a lot of times when people are under so much stress, such as yourself, when things are expected of you on a daily, you neglect yourself, and with neglecting yourself, you neglect and sort of not even recognize that you lost someone, So yeah, I'll put in a referral for a grief service as well. And are there any other services you may need or areas of need that I have not suggested? You think it's got it covered?
Yeah.
Alright, so a lot of these services, sometimes what they need is a GP referral.
Yeah.
Yep. So after the end of this session, what I will do is I will write all the referrals and get in contact with all these organizations for help and support. And what I need you to do is do me a favor, go down to the GP, express your situation and mental health as well. Or I could refer you to a GP if you'd like, or would you rather do it yourself?
Yeah. That would sound good.
Would you rather do it yourself or do it yourself?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So just, once you get that GP referral letter, send it over to me so I can distribute it to all the other organizations to let them know that, hey, even the doctor, even the GP is a bit concerned about the situation and she obviously needs professional intervention as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And yeah, so all's been covered. You're happy with everything we've spoken about?
Yeah.
Alright, and would you be available for another meeting in about a week?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah? Same day, same time?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. I'll put you down for that. And yeah, thank you very much for coming in. Let me walk you out.
Thank you.
Thank you, no worries.